afternoon, my family and friends. Welcome to another session of Asking ECE. Today we're going to be talking about rotating toys within your households. I'm going to give you guys some tips and pointers on the benefits of rotating toys and how it can also benefit your child. So let's look at the first benefit as to how it can help you. So number one, it can help you, of course, organize your toys within the household. So I know sometimes when you have all the toys out, they can add up really quickly, and family and friends might be giving it as gifts, and before you know it, you have a whole room, a whole playroom, or a whole living room full of toys, and you're just overwhelmed. So try to come up with a process of rotating toys. Depending on what you think is best for your family, you can rotate toys either weekly. I know some families who rotate toys monthly. You can even rotate toys daily, but I suggest the best way to do it is to rotate toys about a week or bi-weekly. Or if you find that your child is really interested in a certain toy, then maybe leaving it out for the whole month, depending on their interests, and then after that, take that section of toys, put it away, and then come out with another group of toys. So the second pointer of why rotating toys is beneficial is that it fosters creativity. So when you're rotating the toys in your house, you're giving a chance for your children to have their imagination come to life. So for example, if you have a bin of dinosaurs within your house, and if they're out every single day, before you know it, your child is probably going to get bored with them. They'll probably ignore the dinosaurs, but let's say you have the dinosaurs out for a week and then put them away. And then your child will not see them until a couple weeks later. Well, what they played with the dinosaurs on a Monday compared to when they play with it a few weeks later, their role play with the dinosaurs is going to be a whole lot different because, again, it's going to feel new to them. So number three, this pointer is something that I think all families and caregivers will love, myself included, is that when you're rotating toys, it saves money. They're going to make, as I had mentioned earlier, your toys new. So the great thing is, as we all know, with children, they have short attention spans. So the thing is, if you have a bucket of blocks out and they're constantly out, your child is more inclined to be bored with it. But if you're rotating your toys and they don't see the blocks for another couple weeks, or say, let's say the next month later, it's going to be new to them. So there's less chances of your child saying they're bored or that they have nothing to play with because everything is going to seem new to them. So our next tip is that number 4, it decreases frustration and the opportunity for your child to feel overwhelmed. That not only goes for your children, but also for yourself. I know from my experience that having a whole room full of toys, sometimes when children have way too many options, they end up getting frustrated and in turn don't want to play with any of it at all. But I found that when you're rotating toys, which is also something that we do here at the center, it gives a chance for the children to feel fresh with the toys, to not feel bored with the toys, and also it gives an opportunity for both mom and dad or the caregiver and the child to create new experiences with those toys. So number 5, the tip is it creates new experiences when you're rotating your toys, and so in turn it's going to create new learning opportunities. So a tip with that is when you're rotating toys, it's great to keep your toys in portable bins. So you can either keep it in a plastic bin, you can put a lid on it. It's a great chance for you to be able to organize and put a name on the bin so you know what it is. Or I always suggest using little baskets to put your toys in. Don't feel inclined to have to put your toys in big storage bins or big toy bins. I know it obviously depends on what you have at home, but the great thing with keeping it in little containers is that it's easier for you as a parent or caregiver to change it out. And with saying that it creates new learning opportunities, look through your child's bookshelves and see their collection. So if your child, let's say, has their trucks, find a book about cars or trucks and put that out when you rotate the toys. It not only adds literacy with their playing experience, but it also gets your child to be interested with the book, so they can identify the truck or the car that they have, and then they can also open up the book, and you can do this with them, and then they can point out the trucks or cars that they see in the book as well. You can help have them identify the letters within the book as well as the words. So always try to incorporate a book with your toys and keeping it organized like that when you are rotating your toys. Number 6, rotating your toys is a good opportunity to increase independent play. So have you ever noticed that when your child opens a new gift on their birthday, let's say, sometimes they don't want to play with the toy, but in fact they want to play with the box? That's because to them it is something new. They're so used to seeing toys, they're so used to seeing colorful things, and they might only be interested in the box because it's something that they don't always have out. So the thing is, when you're rotating your toys, your child is more likely to feel drawn to that toy because, as I mentioned, it's something new to them, but they've forgotten about playing with it 2 weeks before that, so which in turn increases their opportunity to play independently by themselves. So also with that note, when you're putting out your toys and you're rotating your toys, try to create a provocation. That's what we do here at the center. So what that means is, instead of rotating your toys and then just putting it back on the shelf, make it inviting for them. So when you have your basket of, let's say, blocks or cars, put out a book that relates to it in the basket and place it onto the carpet, and maybe put about 3 different containers of different toys that's new for the day or the week or the month, and that will increase their independent play because they're going to be more drawn to seeing something different that they don't always see on a daily basis that's just tucked away onto the shelf. In number 7, you're creating a space for expanded play when you're rotating the toys. So what that means is, instead of having a whole room full of all these toys that you keep out all at the same time, when you create a space where there's only a limited amount of toys and it's something new for them each week or bi-weekly or each month, you're creating more room as well in the room where they have their toys to expand on that. So that means whether they're crawling or jumping or building or rolling their toys, they're going to be able to do that because of the fact they have more space because you're now rotating your toys. So those are the tips that I have for rotating your toys within your household. Another tip that I would include, along with adding books with your toys, is that if you find that you have toys that are quite similar to each other, so for example, if you have wooden blocks or foam blocks, and then you also have Lego or Duplo blocks, these are very similar because they're going to be building with it. So if you want to add your toys to make it fresh, separate these. So one week you're going to put out your Duplo or Lego blocks, and then the next week you can put out your foam or wooden blocks, and then the following week or the following month you can put out the little blocks. That gives more chances for your child to think it's something new rather than having all of them together, because if you're going to have all of the same kind of toys together, the more chances that they're going to be bored with it. That also goes with, let's say you have trucks and cars. See, over here I have a wooden, more natural truck, and over here I have the more colorful and more plastic truck. So separate these two. One week, put out more of your colorful and plastic transportation toys, and then the following week or the following month or whatever you choose, you put out your more natural transportation toys and cars and trucks. And another tip that I've mentioned before in our other lives is that think outside the box when you're looking at your child's toy collection. See how you can add things together. So if you have a truck and you have, let's say, a little figurine or little dolls, put them together. It's going to look different to them and also create those new learning and play opportunities for them. As well, here's another example. We have a puzzle that incorporates the alphabet. So what you can do is take out those letters from the puzzle. I've just put it here on a wooden platter. I found a book that has to do with the alphabet, so I will put that together. And a great tool that I've mentioned before in lives that you can find at the dollar store is a magnifying glass. You put these three together and place it on the carpet, and pretty soon your child is going to be inclined to investigating the letters that they see. You can talk about identifying the letters that they see in the book, and also you can talk to them and encourage conversation about their alphabets, the names, the letters in their names, and things like that. So don't hesitate to combine different toys together that are similar to each other that can create new play and learning opportunities. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips for rotating toys within your household. If you have any tips that you want to share with your parents or something with our parents and something that you do at home, please don't hesitate to share it within our comments. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, again, you can comment down below, or you can also send us an email, always at earlyon@ncdsb.com. And as well, another reminder that we have a new YouTube channel that is out, so you can search us on YouTube at EarlyOnNF-NOTL. And you can see all our videos there if you ever want to refer back to any topics that we discuss. So we'll see you again next Tuesday. Thanks again.